everyone, this is Stacy and I am quickly recapping 90 Day Fiance Before the 90 Days, Season 4, Episode 8, Stranger in a Strange Land. Let me tell you, this episode was strange, but it was so freaking awesome because I loved the silly drama. Couldn't stop laughing half the episode of the crazy stuff that we saw. But let's just dive right in. But before we begin, you can find me at 90 Day Fiance now for all your news, all your gossip, all your stuff from 90 Day Fiance on Instagram. And also I do the 90 Day Fiance after show on AfterBuzz TV, and that goes on every week Pacific time at 9 p.m. on Wednesdays. So Wednesdays, 9 p.m. Pacific time. We're on YouTube, Spotify, iTunes, all of it. So you guys can find us there. You can leave me comments here about the show, anything, your questions here on YouTube or on my Instagram page. Okay, Lisa and Usman. I think this is like a tragedy because, so Lisa heads over to Usman's to meet his mother, and she has to purchase a goat who she later names Barney. Loved it though. Loved the goat's name. She's purchasing a goat, and she kind of thinks she's getting ripped off because she said that the goat is like a little over $100. I thought she was not getting ripped off. I thought that was actually not that bad of a price to pay for, like, your fault. You're going to marry this guy. You're in love. Like, why is that so? That was not that high of a price. And you're going to meet his mom. Like, mostly every couple that goes to other countries, they come with a gift. It's because it's out of respect for that culture. And I don't think it was that expensive. What do you guys think? Do you guys think she was getting ripped off? I've never been there, but I don't really think she got ripped off. But I definitely want to hear your opinions on that. His mom is still not approving of this. She is so against it. Just even her demeanor. And I thought it was kind of messed up that Usman tells the mom that Lisa is a doctor in the United States. After the mom asks, what does she do in America? And he says she's a doctor. I thought that was really messed up because I feel like he's setting her up for failure because he's going to say whatever he needs to say to come over here. But he's setting up for failure because props to hospice care workers. I think that's an amazing job. You are making such a difference. But there is a difference between a doctor and a hospice care worker. And I feel like he lied to his mom just so that she would say yes in that situation. I think that was pretty messed up because I think he's throwing Lisa under the bus in that situation. My personal opinion. I definitely want to know what you think. But the mom walking away, that I don't think the mom's gonna approve of this marriage at all. I think she's against it, and I don't know how he's gonna get her to go along with this because she seems like she is not having it. And it was funny at the last part of the episode when Lisa was like, you had 2 years to practice this to Usman. Like, you had 2 years to think about what you were going to say to your mom to get her to agree to our marriage. I thought that was so funny. Okay, nice couple. Varia and Jeffrey. Another one. I'm like, why are you not talking about the serious things before you go and meet the parents? Because Jeffrey has not told her about his criminal past. And she is shocked when he tells her. And let me actually retract. I do not think that mom likes him. And I think she sees something that she doesn't like. I don't think it's because she met him online. I don't know. I just think like a parent kind of knows something, and maybe she can tell, like, in her gut, in her intuition, that he's hiding something. So I think the mom is against this. I think there's a reason. I think her friends are against it because there's a reason also. I feel like they can sense it, that he's hiding something, and I feel like he should have told her these things from the jump. Like, in the beginning, when you're meeting someone, tell them, like, hey, I have a criminal past, so that you give them the opportunity to decide if they want to be with you. And also, if they judge you, like, you don't want to be with that person either. So I think that he should have given her that opportunity. And for himself, why waste each other's time? Because if she wasn't with it, you can't convince someone to be with you for being with them for a while and getting them to like you and all this stuff. And like, you can't convince them. Like, I feel like that's just gonna cause more problems, and the trust is gonna be damaged if you hide things from them and omit information. I feel like that is a huge thing that he should have came across, especially when you are going to meet the parents. That is like huge. Like that's like married. I mean, that they're trying to get married, but if you came to meet my parents and you didn't tell me that information, oh no, I probably, that would have not happened because I would have done some background research on you. um, so yeah, I think that Varia is a smart girl. I think that he knows that. And I think that she's going to probably step back a little bit from the situation and really doubt if she wants to be with him. But I think people can change. I just think that he should have told her that off the bat. And I know, I understand that could be probably scary and hard, but it's so important. It's so important to build that trust. But I think she's a smart person. Okay, next couple. Let's just get David and Lana over with. David and Lana. Oh, safety. That just rings like, that's the word that I'm like, you need to be safe. You are searching for this lady. You literally are going around practically handing out flyers, searching for her. The flat tire, I feel like, was signs from heaven. You are not meant to meet her. Like, she is not in this for the right reason. I feel like he's being catfish. I feel like it is so unsafe to go to a country, not even have the person's like number, and have like, you've only talked to them on an app. That's like only talking to someone on Instagram and then trying to find them and meet up with them, but like never having their number for 7 years. It's crazy. I think it's just crazy. And I got definite stalker vibes. And I think he really wants a companion, which I kind of feel bad for. But then also I'm like, come on, that's too much. You're grown. You should know that she is not in this. And you spent over $100,000 on this app for 7 years and you didn't even get a FaceTime video. Big problem. So yeah, I think it's interesting that he's walking around our city trying to search for her. That, like, I don't even know, guys. I want to know what you think. Do you think that he's going to meet her? And would you do that for someone? Do you think they're really in love? Like, he really loves her? Or do you think he loves the idea of her? Or what do you think? I really want to get your input on this. But I think it was really sad. The last part of his segment, when he said that she wrote like a sentence to him on the app and said, I really want to meet you still. We can take photos to get this visa process like up and going. And he's like, everything that she has done to me in the past, it all is washed away because of this one sentence. Like, really? You're going to let all that stuff go? Shit, you can't even find her in your country. Like, you're going to let I thought that was crazy. I think it's sad. And I think that we should, get someone for David, because it was just sad. I think he has good intention. Like, I think he definitely wants to meet someone, but I think he's going about it the wrong way, and it's not that safe. In America too, it's not just other countries, it's everywhere. Like, you need to be cautious. You need to be safe everywhere you go and who you meet. Avery and Ash, again, another couple. I'm like, I really like them. I think they're compatible. I think they have a lot of similar interests. I think they will end up together, but I think he needs to talk about the big issue. Why did you divorce your ex-wife? Why is she not here? Is it because she doesn't want to be on the show? A fan, I went live on my Instagram 90 Fiance Now account, and she said, well, maybe he doesn't, because he's a relationship coach, he doesn't want to air his dirty laundry out there, that why he broke up with his ex-wife and why she's not really getting to know his son or anything like that. But still, like, you signed up for this show. But I thought that was a really good, valid point that the 90 fan made. And if you are here and watching, please, I want to give you credit. So, and if I'm saying any of your guys' ideas or anything, I want to give you guys credit. State your name down below, write a comment down below on this YouTube video. Yeah, I think he's like dodging the big issues, which is weird because he is a relationship coach. So, I mean, you signed up for the show. You need to tell us, like, what's up. Not just us, her. And she's going out there for you, and she wants to get married, and you need to talk about your kid. Why did your last relationship end? I would want to know that. Like, those are big things. Even though if you've changed or grown or it grew apart, or even if bad things occurred, like, it's still something important to discuss, and you were married before. Like, that's a big thing. So you need to discuss that. So I feel like these couples need to hit the hard topics off the bat, and then enjoy each other and say like, hey, this is my baggage, this is what I'm coming with, will you accept it or deny it? Like, we are not young, let's move our separate ways if you can't accept all this stuff. Because I'm just seeing this constant thing where people are hiding stuff, and I feel like trust is definitely going to be broken and just bad. Darcy and Tom, I feel like we don't see them that much. Like, where are they? Why aren't we getting a lot of them this episode? I feel bad for her. I feel like it's a sad situation. I think he needs to apologize. I think he went about it the wrong way. I know they were fighting as a couple. Couples fight, but I mean, there were daggers being thrown because it was crazy. And I think that I think he's going to apologize next episode, but I don't think they're going to end up together. And I really think that she stood up for herself, and I'm so happy for that. I think she stood up for herself, and she's like, no one's going to treat me like this anymore. So bravo to you. And also, like, I think she's going to forgive them and they're going to be cool, but I don't think the situation is going to, anything else is going to happen. But I do want to see more of them. TLC, give us more of them every episode, because we're only getting like a couple minutes and bugs me. I really want to see that. Another couple, Erica and Stephanie. Erica and Stephanie, like, you guys, people need to be more upfront of who they are, but I think Erica is just like this fun, bubbly, outgoing girl that wants to have fun, and what she thought Stephanie was going to be the same, but Stephanie's more reserved. I'm curious if like Stephanie's an introvert, Erica's more of an extrovert, but I noticed that there's so many issues already with this couple, that things they don't agree on in terms of like intimacy, all these different things, like friendships, if you're still friends with people from your past, because Erica said that she has friends that she has hooked up with before. And I want to know from you guys, would you be cool dating someone or potentially getting married to someone that was still friends with people that they hooked up with in the past? Some people are cool with it, some aren't. But you think they would have talked about this like online a little bit? Not when she came all the way to Australia. I think their personalities are a lot different. I can see them working, but they have to like reach a middle ground. They definitely need to reach a middle ground, because they're total opposites. Just even their like ways, their personalities, they need to reach a middle ground, because I don't think Erica is getting her needs met. And I kind of felt bad for her this episode, because I was reading on her Instagram, she said like there was a couple of them, but two of her love languages are sorry about that, quality time, which she wasn't getting in this episode, and words of affirmation, which also she wasn't getting in this episode. She was kind of being like picked on a little bit. I really think that she needs to express that to Stephanie, and I mean, she kind of did and she tried, but Stephanie dismissed it. So I think she's just more emotional, and Stephanie's more reserved and not open with that. So they're going to need to reach a middle ground, because this is not going to work. They're so opposite, and I think one's emotionally available right now and one isn't. And Erica just feels like she doesn't even like her, and there's no physical like holding hands, none of that going on, which was sad. I felt like really bad for Erica but I think Stephanie's, that's just who she is. Like, she maybe takes a long time to warm up to someone and trust them. So yeah, I think they have a lot to work out, and I think they're going to get in more fights next week, especially when the friends come into play, and friends that Erica's hooked up with in the past. I think Stephanie's not going to be able to handle it. I think it's going to become a huge disaster, and maybe she'll go home. Yeah. And then the next couple that was the most hilarious couple this episode was Rose and Big Ed. I like cannot stop laughing. Big Ed is freaking hilarious. Like, he is so funny. He just even like his shock of being there, and I feel like he needed to research the country that he was going to before he even went. And I think Rose is so hilarious because she has no reaction. So she has no reaction to like when he saw that rat. She was just like, that's a mouse. Straight face. Like, she's so funny, and he's just so extra about it. Like, oh my God. And I get it. He has a condition. He can't sleep on less than 1,000 count sheets. But like she was being way more tough than him. And I know she lives in those conditions, but he was so scared, but so funny that episode. Let's just talk about that rat. That rat was not a rat. That was a freaking possum. That was a cat. That was a dog. That was like a horse. That was not a rat. That thing was huge. I would have freaked out too, especially if that thing was near me when I was sleeping. Like, come on. I get why Big Ed was like, that's a rat and it looks like it's a pet because it literally is so close to you guys and no one cares and it doesn't care. It's not getting scared of people. So that was kind of interesting. I get where he was coming from that. But the living conditions, you should have known about that going into this. I think the dad doesn't like him. I think the dad is super concerned about Rose, and I don't think the dad agrees with the situation. I think he's just kind of being a dad and being protective, but also I don't think that he is for this because he is a lot older, and I think that he doesn't see Rose with Ed. Oh my gosh, yeah, it was interesting. I think also I was talking about this with some of the 90 fans on my Instagram live. Like, why couldn't Prince come with them? Because Ed wants to go to a hotel, and live his little nice life and bring Rose along. But why couldn't Prince come along? Because Rose wants him, which is valid and so important for him to meet. For him to spend quality time with Ed, because if this is good, she already said that Big Ed is the daddy. Like, she already told her son, this is your daddy, but then you're going to leave him behind. So why can't he come to the hotel with you guys? Why can't he spend time and you bring him also? But Big Ed did not want him to be brought with them, which was kind of not something I approved of. I thought that was messed up. I think your kids should come first. I think that that's your child and that he needs to feel comfortable around him and they need to get to know each other, because you also, it's not only Big Ed deciding if he wants to be with you, it is also Rose's choice. Does she want to be with him? So that's where I think that the little selfishness came into part on Big Ed's part. The shower scene, oh my God, when Rose got the hose, when Ed took a shower with Rose's dad, because that's what they do, and she was like dumping buckets of water and all that stuff on. Oh my God, it was so funny. And I think my favorite part was when she got the hose and just started squirting him, and with no reaction, like, yeah, this is what we do, get used to it. And he was like, oh my God, like, this is horrible. That was hilarious. I love that part. She's like, I feel like in a weird way they kind of match, because she is so like not, she has her emotions in check, and he's just like, oh my God, extra and super emotional and super funny and dramatic, and I love it. It's funny. And then the last part, when Big Ed is feeding the pigs, he's literally just dumping the food over and like, oh, here go pigs, like, because I can't reach. And I love when he asked for bags to cover his shoes. That was hilarious. I love that part. That was so funny. And the dad was just like, are you serious? Like, you're a guy. Like, or not that men should be this way, but come on. Like, Rose doesn't even care. And you're like freaking out. Well, he did have nice shoes on, but still, like, that was funny. And it's super, actually, he's kind of high maintenance. Yeah, I think my favorite also other part was when he told, when they were leaving, they were going to get ready to go to hotel, or the end of the segment. And he told Rose to tell the dad, tell him I had a lot of fun. Tell him I had a lot of fun. Please, you did not have a lot of fun. You were scared half the time. You could not sleep. You were terrified by all the animals. Oh my gosh, that was so funny, that scene. I wish, I'm going to go and like take a snapshot of that scene and post it on my 90 Fiance Now Instagram, because that was the best. And then Yolanda and Williams, we didn't really see much, but it's like a Caesar thing. And I think also the David thing is like a Caesar thing. Williams is not real. And I really don't want her to be scammed out of this situation. And I am so worried about her. You guys, safety. Safety when dating. You need to be safe. Like, you need to think about these things. Do not send pictures to people unless you're like, I don't know. Actually, that's all you. But I think she should have never sent those pictures if she doesn't know who Williams is. And she doesn't even know, like, he's never FaceTime with him. She doesn't even know what he really looks like. on at least a video chat. Come on. But yeah, thank you guys so much for joining me. I want to get your opinions. What are your predictions for next week? Who are your favorite cast members this season? Who do you think will make it? And make sure you check out my at 90 Day Fiance Now Instagram page. I post all the latest news, updates, everything about the show, funny memes, so many funny other 90 Day Fiance bloggers. I post their stuff. They're hilarious. Cast members, things. Just go tune in, subscribe. Also subscribe here and like this video if you like it. Comment down below. Thank you so much for watching. Oh, and then make sure you check out on Wednesday at 9 p.m. Pacific time on YouTube on AfterBuzz TV Reality, our 90 Day Fiance after show. We will talk about all of this, even in more detail, some crazy news that we got this week from the show. And also, we had Big Ed on our show recently, and we will get more cast members. So join us there. Oh my goodness, guys, thanks so much for watching. I love you. Stay safe, stay positive. You're awesome. And I will see you later. Have a good night. Bye.